Hello, this is Rico Cavella, a creator of the Ageless Living Lifestyle and the new Fearless Aging TV show. Now, this new show is an extension of the previous Fearless Aging podcast, which we did 250 episodes interviewing top wellness experts in all fields of mind, body, and spiritual wellness. And it's been always our goal to offer you proven tips and strategies that you can implement immediately to greatly improve your overall health and well-being, and so that you can never be old. And you're going to find out in today's episode why you never have to be old. So I think you definitely want to find out about that. So since this is the very first episode of on live TV, I'd like to reintroduce myself and talk about, again, what fearless aging is all about and why it's so important to our new audience here on, which is going to be streamed to all the major live streaming platforms. So we're going to have a greatly increased audience. So first of all, I want to say I'm really happy that you're here. You're in the right place. If you do truly want to avoid old age and disease and live a much healthier, energetic, long life, well, then you're in the right place, because I'm sure you know, the majority of people these days in America are becoming old and sick and dying way too young at around an age of about 77. And you're going to find out why that's way too young. So I just want to start off with that. I got great news for you. You never have to be old. And it's definitely true, and you're going to find out why. So be sure to stick around here. And also, I'm only going to go for about 20 minutes. It's just myself. So I want to keep you interested and keep you entertained. And if you stay till the end, I'll give you a link where you'll be able to download 16 of my top ebooks. And these are ebooks with really valuable information on all areas of mind, body, wellness, and anti-growing old and longevity. So I think it'll be a really good addition to your library. It'll give you some really good information about how you can do all the things that we're going to be talking about. So before we get started, also throughout this short show here, I'm going to be giving you a few tips that you can do immediately to greatly improve your energy and your mood and your overall health. And the first one is to breathe more throughout your day. So let's start with relaxing your abdominal muscles, breathing deep down into your belly, let your belly come out, and then fill up your whole lungs with air. And then as you exhale, you pull your abdominal muscles in and push all that old stale air out. So that's called deep abdominal breathing. At the same time, you want to lift your arms up, lift your spine up, open your body up. You know, gravity is always compressing us. It's always compressing our body, and it's pulling us forward, giving us bad posture. So throughout your day, whenever you get a chance, take a big breath, lift yourself up, lift your spine up, open yourself up, and bring in a lot of good oxygen. Not only will it make you feel good, but it'll give you energy, and it'll help to give you some good posture. So we're going to try and hope I remember to tell you to do that. You should do that. You could do that as many times as you could possibly think about it. All right. Now also, I've got some notes here. You know, I don't want to make sure I don't miss anything that's important. So if I'm not always going to be looking directly at you in the camera, I got to look over my notes and make sure I got the right information. Okay, so now I'm sure you also know that there's so much information and misinformation available these days about health and disease and fitness and nutrition and exercise and supplements and anti-aging programs. So who can you trust? It's very confusing, and there is a lot of misinformation out there. People just trying to sell you something to make money off of it. So my goal is always to give you the knowledge and wisdom that I've acquired here in my past 42 years as a personal trainer, a health researcher, and a health coach. But why should you trust me? That's a big question. All right. So I want to give you a little bit about my story and how I came up with the Ageless Living Lifestyle and the Fearless Aging podcast. So back in 1982, I was fortunate to meet one of the first personal trainers here in San Diego, and he told me he was opening up a new modern type of a personal training studio, and he needed some help. So I was looking for something new to do. So I thought, well, this sounds pretty interesting. I'll check it out. Now, I had always been an athlete and I was in pretty good shape, worked hard and all that, but I didn't do any kind of regular exercise. I didn't think about nutrition. I was always really healthy. I was very lucky. But when I began learning about what the body requires and about good nutrition and how to exercise properly and all the benefits and began to feel it for myself, I said, well, I was hooked on that because here I was learning how to really take care of my own health and wellness, and I could teach other people as well and get paid for it. It I felt really fortunate, and I've been fortunate all these 42 years to still doing that. And so it's a really rewarding profession. But just after a couple of years of being a personal trainer, my father died at age 71. Now, my father was one of the most healthiest people you could ever meet. I don't remember him ever being sick. And he's one of those kind of guys, he didn't go to the doctor and get physical exams, but he smoked cigarettes since he was 11 years old. He was a kind of a poor street kid, and that's what they did. And back in those days, we didn't know how bad smoking was for you. And so just like today, so many people still do not realize that all this chronic illness and people getting old and sick and dying way too young is primarily coming from unhealthy lifestyles that most people are living. We now know that our genes play a very small role in how healthy you're going to be and how long you're going to live. It's really our lifestyles. So when I found this out, I realized I didn't want to die too young, for not knowing what could cause my body to become old and sick and die really young. So I began to learn everything I could about what the body requires to stay healthy and for as long as we possibly can. So then in the year 2000, I wrote my main book, which is called Ageless Living. I don't know if you can see it there. It's a big book. It's actually a workbook that I use for when I do workshops. So you can actually go through my Ageless Living book and develop your complete mind, body, and spiritual wellness system. If you'd like to check it out and maybe get a copy for yourself, you can go to my main website, agelesslivinglifestyle.com, and go to products, and you'll find my books, both in a hard copy and an ebook. And so in addition to that, I've had the good fortune to be able to write 29 books and DVD programs. I've recorded over 300 short video trainings on my YouTube channel. You can find those. Just go to YouTube and then just type in Ageless Living Lifestyle, and you'll see all those free training videos, over 300 of them. And as I mentioned, I've produced 250 Fearless Aging podcasts, which has been great. It's been one of the best things I've ever done. I've got to meet so many great people and make new friends and associates. So I've interviewed all these top wellness practitioners, again, of all different topics of mind, body, and spiritual wellness. I was fortunate to be a featured speaker at the 43rd National Wellness Conference in St. Paul, Minnesota. I've actually created 2 very functional home gyms, home fitness tools, and I've acquired multiple gold medals in the California State Senior Olympics. So that's just some of the things I've done. So I just tell you that so you see that I have learned quite a bit and accomplished quite a bit, and that's why I'm here to share all this with you that I know really works. So I know that my wellness system works because from the success of the hundreds and hundreds of clients that I've worked with through these years, and also from my own personal success. But, most of why you really want to believe what I say, I'm sorry, most of why you want to listen to what I have to say is because, there's lots of people out there that are offering lots of advice on all these subjects of nutrition and exercise and longevity and aging and all these things. And they're mostly maybe in their 40s or 50s or their 60s. So I don't think there's very few people out there like myself who has actually walked their talk and actually lived long enough to actually accomplish it. So I can actually say that this works because I've actually accomplished it, because I'm currently 82, but I have a fitness energy age of only 35. So if I can do it and my clients can do it, I know you can do it as well. Now, what I started to say before is I'm not asking you to believe what I say, just to give it a try and see for yourself. You can do that, can't you? Yes, you can. Okay, and one more thing I want to say. The reason that I'm still teaching and developing and living the ageless living lifestyle is because I learned a long time ago that I believe that we're all here with a purpose. We have a divine purpose, but I think we have also a unique purpose of all. So how that goes is, if you have something that you can teach, you have a process, you have a product, you have something that you know can really benefit people and transform their lives, you have an obligation to get it out there and to keep reaching and keep helping people and get your whatever it is that really changes people's lives for the better. You have an obligation to do that. So I'm trying to stay true to that, and that's why I'm here to help you in all the best ways that I can. So one more quick tip. I'm going to have a little drink of water here in my water glass. So here's the thing. We hear so many different people saying, how much water should you drink? You got to drink 2 or 3 liters. Well, it's really variable. You know, what the size of your body is, how much exercise you get, how much you sweat, all those sort of things. So what I recommend is just keep drinking throughout your day. Keep some filtered water with you, just like this I showed you, and just keep drinking, maybe every 20, 30 minutes. So in other words, see, if you actually get thirsty, you're a little bit dehydrated. So just keep drinking throughout your day, and then you'll never be hydrated. Okay. So now I hope that you trust what I say is the right stuff, and you'll get some good results, and you'll give it a try. All right. So I believe that one of the biggest challenges, if not the biggest challenges that we all are facing, is becoming old and sick and dying way too young. Now, do you know that there's a big difference between aging and being old? You see, we hear a lot about anti-aging all the time, right? And I think that's really the wrong message. We're sending the wrong message to our brain and confusing our brain, because you can't stop aging. Aging is a natural process. One year you're 40, then you're 41, you're 42, 43, right? Yes. Okay, so if you look up the definition of aging, aging means to become fully mature, to reach your full potential, like fine aged wine. That's good, right? So we're here to age, so we can't stop aging. But old is another story. If you look up the definition of old means to be worn out, used up, unexcited about your life, unable to care for yourself. And guess what? Being old is just a choice of how you care for your mind and how you care for your body. You get to care for your mind, you get to care for your body, right? So if you're not caring well for your body and your mind, you are going to get old. So I hope you see that it's just a choice becoming old instead. Now, maybe you're probably thinking, well, Rico, that sounds really great. I don't have to get old, but how can you actually really say you never have to get old? Okay, hold on to that thought. But I've got a message here for you that I want to play for you. It's a short little 60-second message. It's a little video that you can find out about how well you are aging and what you can do about it. So hang on, here it comes. Hello, I'm Rico Cavella, creator of the Ageless Living Lifestyle. If you are concerned about premature aging and you want to avoid disease and old age, and you want to live a more healthy, energetic, and vital long life, I have proven solutions for you. So number 1, go to agelessliving.lifestyle.com and take our aging quiz to see how well you are doing. And number 2, book your free coaching session with me to discuss your wellness challenges, and I promise to get you going on the right track. You can transform your health and your life, and I can help. All right, we are back. And I really encourage you to take advantage of that. Take the age assessment. It's short, it's fun, it's interesting, and you'll find out how you're aging. Okay, now there's three main reasons why I can say that you never have to get old. As we already stated, well, maybe I haven't stated it yet. Science now says our genetic potential is to stay healthy to 125. That means our lifespan could actually be 125. Yet we know in America our life expectancy is only about 77. So what's wrong with this picture? Most people are missing out on maybe 40 plus years of good living. And number two reason is there are people that are doing it. You've probably heard about the blue zones. These are areas in the world where the community, the majority of the people in the community do stay fairly healthy and can take care of themselves to 100 or more. And so we actually know people can do that. And this is going to be a subject that we'll explore quite a bit more in future episodes. And then number three, as I've also previously stated, it's just how you choose to care for yourself. If you care well for your mind and your body, you're never going to be old. So I hope that has, not necessarily convinced you, but I hope that you realize, hey, I can actually do this. And you can. You don't have to be old. So the next subject is, why should you want to avoid old age and live longer? Well, again, I've got a few good reasons why you should do that. First of all, the obvious, of course, is because if you're staying healthy and energetic and living a lot longer, you're going to have a lot more fun. You're going to be more productive. You're going to be more successful. And you're going to live a much happier, long life. But again, that requires to be energetic and healthy all of your life. But the real reason is, I think as we age, we gain knowledge and wisdom, right? And unfortunately, so many people are dying so young and actually not even being healthy in their 50s, 60s, or 70s. And so they just get pushed aside. That's why we have such a youth society these days. Older people are getting pushed aside, but they're not able to use that knowledge and wisdom to help solve these monumental challenges that we are all facing as humanity on planet Earth these days. So we need people to stay healthy as they age so they can help to solve these problems. And we need more role models and mentors for younger people. We're sorely lacking in that, so we want you to stay healthy and use your knowledge and wisdom and be a mentor and a role model for younger people. And number three is, if you check the history of the dominant societies throughout history, the vast majority of them, their downfall was one of the major contributing factors was when they were becoming lazy and weak and unhealthy. And unfortunately, that's where America is today. America is one of the most unhealthiest countries at all. Did you know, and just in a 2020 survey of the world, as far as life expectancy, guess where America showed up? 46th. That shouldn't be. We're 46 as far as we live. And as far as how healthy we are, we're way down there, not where we should be. So I hope you see that this is such an important topic, and we need to find out solutions to our poor health epidemic before it gets so bad that it's going to be too late. So let me give you another real tip real quickly. Hope you don't run out of time today here. But balance is such an important thing. So one way that you can work on your balance as you age is just stand up erect with your arms down to your side and put one foot in front of the other so your feet are lined up. And first, just get your balance that way, and then see if you could close your eyes. Now, you might have some problem with that. Most people do. So make sure you're standing next to a counter or a heavy chair where you can balance yourself. But you should be able to stand in that position and close your eyes and hold that position weaving and falling over for about at least 30 seconds. So give that a try. All right. So, well, we've only got about 4 or 5 more minutes, so I got to get going here. So fearless aging is about not buying into the standard social narrative that's just the way it is. Everyone's going to get old and sick and die way too young. Well, if you buy into that, that's what you're going to create. Because I hope you know that our beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions create the actions that you take. So your beliefs are creating your reality. And we're definitely going to cover that subject a lot more in future episodes. So it's important to grasp that. And fearless aging is not about living your life it's about living your life looking forward to your age and believing that your life can become better. And it can with the right attitude and with good health. And fearless aging is also accepting that there's going to be lots of challenges, no question about it. And we're not going to be able to stay as healthy and as energetic as we were when we were younger in our 20s or 30s, but that's okay. You know, we can still stay healthy and energetic, and we can do the things that we want to do because our purpose in life will change, and but mostly but we can improve our mind. You know, we can improve how we live and how we learn to love ourselves in our life as we age. So I want to forget about your age. You know, I really dislike the term senior citizen. Just kind of puts people in a class, and now they think, oh, I'm a senior, I can't do this and all this stuff. So and the next thing is to forget about retirement. Yes, you can retire from making money, but don't retire from life like so many people do. Now you have the freedom to grow and expand and learn and become wiser and make a difference in the world and be a mentor, all those great things. So I really hope that this resonates with you. I just want to let you know that I just want to let you know that also I do have online 90-day coaching programs where I teach my clients my complete ageless living lifestyle wellness system, a personalized system. And when you train with me, your success is guaranteed. So if that's something that's interest of you, just go to agelesslivingLifestyle.com/coaching and you can learn more about that. Okay, I think that's enough for this episode. If you like what you heard, please tell your friends about the Fearless Aging TV show and podcast. And we're going to be at this same time every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And in our next episode on May 8th, I will talk about how to get started creating your own personal ageless living lifestyle wellness system. So as always, the message here is you can live a much healthier, energetic, joyful, long life if you just take action on what you learn here. You can do that, can't you? Yes, you can. All right. So thanks very much for being here. Be joyful and be well.